Sundance is definitely something that's always been on my radar, I guess. I've obviously, as a pop culture studies major, I like pop culture, and so I love movies and TV and celebrities and those kinds of things. You know, even at WKU that we have a lot of the film classes are related to English, and so you know you have film adaptation or film in, you know, you're looking more at sort of the literary aspects of film, and that's really what I'm interested a lot in my own studies of pop culture, is I like the crossover between different things. And so for me, I think that it's very connectable. I think I can talk about, you know, the representation of certain types of characters or something in terms of TV, in terms of literature, in terms of film. Independent film specifically is what we saw at Sundance. And so I think that those are very connected. And I think, you know, because I come from an interdisciplinary studies background, I'm very willing to see where those things connect. And so for me, Sundance was a really fantastic way to be able to apply real life experience to the academics and the fields that I study on a daily basis when I'm in class. You know, one of the things that you learn over and over, especially as a college student, you're thinking that in 4 years or whatever you have left, you have to go into the real world, and that networking is a big important thing. And that was something I think that really hit me more there, because I've never necessarily been interested in a field where networking is that important, especially, you know, if I'm going into academia or, you know, that I want to teach. I have contacts at the schools that I've gone to and those kinds of things. But I think my experience there, on the very first day of the festival, I was in line to see the opening night movie, which I didn't get into, but I was in line next to a man who was, you know, in his 30s or 40s, and I looked at his name tag and it said that he was an alum of the Sundance Institute. And so I asked him, "What did you do?" And he directed a documentary that was the opening night film a few years previously, and I'd seen the movie myself, totally didn't know that this is who this guy was, and spent the rest of our time talking about his experience, and that was really cool. And the same thing, you know, meeting bigger celebrities or different people. When we would go to some of the premieres, you're just walking around, and it's nice because everybody's wearing a name tag, so you know who they are, but you're seeing producers and writers and all these people who've worked on these films, that if that's what you're interested in, you've kind of found a gold mine of people for you to talk to. And I think that wasn't something I expected to find there, but it was a really great lesson in networking and how important that is, and just the ways that you can do it. I think that if you were really an aspiring filmmaker, Sundance is the place to be, because even if you don't see any movies, you can talk to people as long as you're willing to put yourself out there. My advice would be to go. I really think, I mean, you know, I'm doing everything I can to think, how can I go to the Sundance Film Festival for the rest of my life, because I loved the experience so much. And I think it's kind of one of those things that if that's something that you're interested in, maybe you would never think I could do it. But number one, going with the school makes everything so much easier on you as a student, because they take care of all the arrangements for travel and those kinds of things. And it's just the kind of experience that you can't get anywhere else. And I think that especially, you know, if you're a creative person, you're not sure what you're going to do, you can find out so much. And like I said, there are so many great people to talk to, so many interesting people from a variety of places and backgrounds, that it's absolutely a place that you need to be. I'm very thankful for being able to go. It's something that I don't think I ever would have done on my own, and if I would have in my life, it would have been way further down the road than when I was 22. And so I'm really glad that I got the experience when I did, and it's definitely been something that's kept me excited and motivated me to keep going and keep thinking, you know, how could I, in the future as a professor, how could I take students to Sundance? Because that's something that I would love to be able to do. And so I think that for them it was, or as professors for us, it was a very inspirational experience, and I'm very glad that I had it. And one of the great things that, because of Sundance, that we had, I know this past year with the WKU Film Festival, was bringing in the director Kat Candler, who directed Hellion, which was a great movie at Sundance, and one that I've watched again since it's been released. And so those are opportunities that you won't get elsewhere, really, especially, you know, when you're on campus and in a town a college town. There are great advantages of being on a campus and related to a campus because of the people that are brought in. And I really think that being able to see creativity both generated from students and from faculty and people on campus, and the talent that can be brought in from elsewhere, is really important to anybody if you can benefit from it.